My name is Nick. I'm an addict. Journey to Wholeness, a life travel guide. Step 1. We admitted that we are powerless, that our lives have become unmanageable. Introduction to Step 1. As Christian believers and followers of Jesus, we have learned that every real change must begin with the power of God. No one says much about where our failed efforts, our old tries at being good must end. The end must come from us. To begin any real change, we must first admit that we have come to the end of ourselves. We have done all we know or have power to do, and we are still where we are now. Those of us who have journeyed the way of recovery know that we have been healed only through the grace and power of God. However, we usually did not see that God was working at the time. All we knew was that we had tried everything, and that our very best efforts left us stalled or in horrible chaos. We had come to the end of our limited selves. For those tired of the fight, it is such a gift to learn that Step 1 requires no big effort. There isn't even any action required. Those of us who have failed again and again are now finished struggling. Step 1 of the 12-step journey is simply an admission. We admit. Others of us may have a harder time in getting excited about Step 1, because the harder we've struggled and tried in the past, the harder the first step may be. We've worked endlessly to be good, to help others be good. For us, those simple words are so very difficult. In all our hard work and striving, we want them to be something bigger, something greater, some grand gesture on our part. Like Naaman or Nicodemus, we want our part to be something spectacular, and like those two men, power, strategy, and maneuvering are the best things that have failed us. They do us no good. We are powerless. Step 1 can also be a difficult step because it asks that we tell ourselves the truth. We have spent years denying that drugs or alcohol or sex or other struggles controlled us. Step 1 may not seem simple at all. It looks impossibly hard. To admit we are powerless means we take a sharp U-turn in the journey. We must confess to others, most of all to ourselves, that we have lied. We cannot stop anytime we want. We do have a problem. Our lives are a mess, and it isn't going to get any better. We are impatient with the idea of the time it will take to travel this journey. We are seeing a very long road ahead before we can reach sanity or sobriety. We want to get there now. We want to make everything all right. We want to sink into the safety or power of our old habits. We want to do something. Instead, we face a strange kind of beginning. In order to start this journey, we must just admit that we have reached the end.